let's talk about everything that's boilerplate for people who are depressed. Who are you? Well, a big one is who you consider your friends. Okay? The people who you surround yourself with the most. Okay? The next, obviously, your job. Okay? The next thing, hobbies. Okay? Is this all making sense? Let's go to chat participation here. What is something else? Yo, Rich Tune, give me a tier 3, bro. Thank you, Rich. What's something else that you guys do or you frequent? Girlfriend, that's the same thing as friends. Okay? No friends, no job, no hobbies. Now what? Okay, and we'll get there. Okay? Because here's a great thing. When you draw in who you are from your job, with your friends, with your hobbies, and now you say, now you have none of them. What does that say about you? You know what it means when you surround yourself with nothing? That means that you have nothing. And that means essentially that you probably feel nothing. And feeling nothing usually leads to depression. So let's continue here. Okay, what's something else that a normal human would surround themselves with? What if you have two, or if we have two, but not one, for example, hobby, job, and no friends? Well, we're going to get there, right? We're going to get there. Pets are a part of friends. Family's a part of friends. Friends, family. Money's part of job. Right? Money's part of job. Get. Well, then we'll just simplify it to just these things. Okay? What you do for money, what you do for fun, who you do those things with. Pretty important. Okay? Each one of these will depend on what percentage it is of your life. But for me, my job is also very nice. My job is also my hobby, which I really enjoy. That makes me very happy. Very little people can say that, but I can talk about myself. But yeah, we can talk about, we don't need to talk about myself for this. I want this to be relatable for chat. So you have your hobbies that you do, which, by the way, are very important. Now, why are hobbies important? Hobbies are important because when you have a hobby, that'll make it easier to connect with people who do the same things as you for the thing that you like. Okay? You can't not have hobbies. Now, women, and I hate to say this, women...
Hi, Techie.
Hello. Women have a horrible habit of not having any hobbies. And women make a horrible habit of not having any friends. Okay? Now, let me get here real quick. Let me go here real quick. A lot of women get a boyfriend and their hobby becomes hanging out with their boyfriend, and the friends they have, right, are just who their boyfriend's friends were, and now because they're dating them, now they're friends with those people. Now, if that sounds like you, and a lot of people have seen this, and it's very not good to do. It's very, very, very not good to do. That goes both ways. I think that's a you thing, honestly. I don't think that's a me thing. I think there are a lot of women who don't really have that many hobbies, and then they date somebody, they don't really have that many friends, and then they just accept all of the friends of the new person. They don't really get to know them. They're just nice when they meet them. They don't really get to know them at like a deeper level. Not true for me? Okay, well, I don't think of something... Okay, and I want us to use critical thinking here, and I want us to... Aware. Yo, what up, Lakari? Okay, Lakari, did what I just say sound very familiar to you? It's a both thing for sure, but it's more often when it's with... Yeah, I know. It's very not good. Because what that's going to do is, it's not good for the woman, because when they don't have a hobby, when they don't have their own friends, they're not a complete human being. And then when you go to break up, that's going to divide your friend group entirely, because then people are going to pick and choose who they like more. And the other thing where it gets really, really, really messy is that during a breakup, emotions are heightened. What are people going to do in a heightened emotional state? They're going to bitch. and they're going to lie, intentionally or not, due to an exacerbated emotional state. And when you and your friend group know, oh my God, they broke up, and your curiosity speaking, and you go to ask one of the sides, what happened? And they're crying, and they say, oh my God, this, and this happened, right? What you should do is go ask the other party what happened. But the problem is that usually the person crying will lie, exaggerate what actually happened, and then put you in a position to where if you ask the other side, well, now you're the bad guy for asking. So this is why you really want to make sure that you all have two separate lives that can come together, not one complete life that the other person can come in, intrude on, and essentially put a virus in it. Truing, I've done that. I've seen that. Yeah. I'm starting to realize why there isn't a lot of women here. At least you're entertaining, Techie. Okay, well, let's follow this line of logic. Okay, so why do you think there's not a lot of women here? I mean, women don't like to hear that stuff. So what you're saying is because I'm saying the truth, I think we're assuming a lot that women just can't handle like raw shit. I feel like that's just not true. Okay? If you're looking for women, you're on the wrong stream. You know, surprisingly, I actually have a lot of women in my chat all the time. And here's the great thing. And you can say I'm capped, but you know it's the truth. I have a lot of attractive women who watch my streams. I do. So I don't want you to shit talk the ladies in chat. Okay, really don't want you to shit talk the ladies in chat. But usually when they come in, they have a check mark next to their name. But it does happen. I'm one of them. Yo, chat, type 1 if you're an attractive woman. Type 1 if you're an attractive woman. And there it is. Told you. Accept the truth. Okay? Now, here's another really bad habit I notice in a lot of men. Men overvalue sex a lot. A lot. Okay? And overvaluing sex can lead... Yo.
There is a very specific reason why some women don't have friends. It's because when they're pretty and people constantly validate them, they don't really feel the need to explore what sparks joy in them.
I will say that happens a lot for men and women. We do live in a world where there is a thing such as called pretty privilege. And what pretty privilege is when someone's so attractive, people will try very hard to talk to them. Over and over and over again, they're going to try to talk to them. They're going to try to befriend them. And what that does is that makes the pretty person essentially miserable to talk to. Because when they realize they can have full flowing conversations by merely just existing, they're going to become dumb as shit and they're going to become boring as fuck. But they're going to think that they're interesting because they're attractive. Now the other, okay, I don't want to get into plastic surgery talk. Holy fuck, I hate plastic surgery so much. It's so bad. Plastic surgery is like just it's fucking terrible. I understand some work here and there. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, I even got Botox for like 6 months. It's all out of my system now. But like for example, before I used to not have forehead wrinkles. I tried it out, right? But oh my God. Botox and having a VTuber model are like the two signs that like you just fucking hate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh dude, I don't want to get into this fucking rabbit hole right now. But Jesus Christ. Like when you have $100,000 worth of cosmetics in your body, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's insane. It's fucking insane. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't want to get into that. I just, oh, dude, you know what? And I've talked about this before. You know what's so annoying? When these people who hide behind a VTuber model, when these people who hide behind hundreds of thousands of Botox and cosmetic surgery have the nerve to call my ass ugly because I'm bald. It's like, okay, man, well, I can accept who I am. I can accept the natural body aging process. Okay? Like, these people are gonna fucking shoot themselves when they're 40. Right? Anyways, you just said you got Botox. I tried it for like 6 months, and then I've never gotten it again. So let me explain to you what Botox is. Right, so Botox is temporary. It's a temporary cosmetic surgery. And they get snake venom, and they put it into your body to numb the nerves, to where you don't use the nerves in the area of which they use it. Okay? Right? So a lot of women get it in their forehead. Now, I got it because I get migraines. Okay? I get migraines here and here. Okay? I no longer get those too bad. I'll just take ibuprofen, call it a day. Right? But it was a cosmetic surgery that did have a real health purpose. Yeah, it freezes the muscles. Yeah. You did it for health reasons? Yeah, exactly. Now, that being said, was it cool not having wrinkles? Yeah, but that being said, I think my wrinkles look cool. So I'm not really sweating it that much. I think they look fine, right? Too much makeup equals ugly as shit. Too much makeup equals ugly as shit. Any external thing outside of minimal enhancement is the definition of disgustingly ugly. I mean, that's...
Hello, good morning, Techie.
Obviously, I share the same opinion, but I don't think that equals universal truth. I think some people really like the tons of makeup look. I'm not a fan of it. But yeah. So let's talk about what makes a human being happy. Okay? The three main things of your life is going to be what you do for fun, what you do for work, and who do you surround yourself with. Okay? Friends, family. All right. I'm going to say an uncomfortable truth that you guys are going to have to acknowledge at least. Okay? I think the family that you choose is far greater than the family you're born with. Okay? And I think there are a lot of people who watch my streams who have a family that make them miserable. I think a lot of people who are watching my streams would agree with the sentiment that the majority of stress in their life is induced by their family. Especially judgmental families. What if you have no one? So I went through a part of my life where I got rid of all of my friends and I got rid of all of my family because I realized that they were all shit besides my dad. But my dad would try to make me talk to my brother, and I'm like, no, I'm good. So I cut everybody off because I'd rather surround myself with no one than people who make me miserable. I'm going to say something that people in my chat have heard a million times, okay? You are the people who you surround yourself with the most. The 5 people you surround yourself with, you will become like them. If you surround yourself with 5 jackasses, you will be the 6th. If you surround yourself with 5 depressed motherfuckers, you will be the 6th. If you surround yourself with 5 happy motherfuckers, you will be the 6th. That is the fucking truth. That's the fucking truth. You should surround yourself with people who you want to be like, who you admire, who have qualities that you want or qualities that you have that you want to enhance and keep. Okay? Super important. Super important. You should not feel bad for getting rid of a family member's access to you if the access they have is making you miserable. Listen, guys. I know it's cooked into your brain, but blood truly does not mean shit. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. But if you have someone in your family who's treating you like shit, if you have someone in your family that's manipulating you, harassing you, making your life miserable, you have no moral obligation to keep them in your life. You just don't need to do that. You simply don't need to do that. You block them. If they're at a family gathering, just say, okay, I'm not going. It's that easy. Okay? And then you'll say, oh, well, if I don't go to this family gathering, then they're going to shit talk me. Oh, so what you're saying is that if you don't bend a knee and do exactly what your family tells you to do, they're all going to shit talk you? Wow. Yeah, let's keep on fighting for that relationship. Sounds very healthy. Super important to acknowledge. You are the people you surround yourself with the most, okay? If your friends and family are good, congratulations. You are 33% better off than how you would have been if they were bad. Now let's talk about a job. This one's a rough one, okay? Because this is how it goes. If your enjoyment is high, then your pay is low. That's how it goes. And we all know it. We all know that's how it goes, man. We all know that's how it goes. Okay? Now, there are some cases where it's not like that. But that's the exception, not the rule. Okay? Both are low in this case. And that is also very true. But usually, the more you enjoy it, the less it pays. There's also jobs that suck balls and still don't pay. And to this one, here's my God's honest advice. And there's not really any easy trick, guys. And I'm going to say one thing, and you're not going to like what I say. You're not going to enjoy what I say. For jobs,
eggy popcorn.
Suck it the fuck up. That's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it. You're gonna have to suck it the fuck up. It's a shitty staple of our world. There's no getting around it. It's always gonna fucking suck. It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna get better. Your job's gonna suck. You're gonna be working till you're 80 and then you're gonna die. Yep, that's how it goes. So how do we circumvent this? How do we fix this? By making sure any moment that you're not working, you are doing exactly what it is that you want the moment your shift is over. Okay? Attempt to do whatever it is that you fucking want to do the moment that it's over. Now, fighting to be a 100% human being is something that barely any people truly have. But at least with these two, you can make it to a nice 66%. You know? You can make it to a nice 66%. But reaching 100% contentness is just fucking impossible. Is DoorDash a hobby? I mean, I'll be real. My buddy Colin's working DoorDash right now. He's making like $200-$300 a day just by delivering food. And he's loving it. He just smokes weed in his car, blasts shitty rap music, and just drops off food. You know, good for him, man. You know? But finding complete contentness in today's world is fucking nuts. I would say, honestly, fucking impossible. But you can try your fucking hardest because that's pretty much all you can do. But yeah, I'd argue that another bubble would be health. Okay. I would argue that health goes into hobbies. Personally. Right? How's your health? Well, I mean, go to the fucking gym. Right? Guys, I'm also going to say the thing that nobody wants to fucking hear. Nobody wants to accept this. Guys, going to the gym, and we're going to start a new one. Okay? We're going to start a new one. And this is why you should go to the gym. And I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear this. Going to the gym. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to. It's hard. I'm going to explain to you every reason why you should be going to the gym. Okay? And we're not going to like this, but all I'm asking is for 5 minutes of your time. Okay? Can we all give me 5 minutes of your time? Can we all, is that fine? Can't afford a gym, Lamau. Figure it out, buddy. Okay, there are gyms for like $10. Figure it out. Okay? Gym. Not only just the gym, and I'm not saying 30 minutes a day. I'm not going to lie to you and say 45 minutes a day. I want everybody here to go to the gym for 2 hours a day. 2 hours. At least 5 days of the week. And you're saying, goddamn. You're saying, goddamn, really, Techie? That's insane. That's fucking insane. How? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. You're going to think out of touch. You're going to say, what the fuck? You're going to say horrible advice. Give me 5 minutes. One hour's enough? Hell no. Nope, we're going to do more. Let me tell you why. See, I knew I was going to say this. People were going to freak the fuck out. I'll wait. Is it really that big? Wake does an hour and he seems fine. Nah, I'm gonna tell you the biggest life hack. Okay? 2 hours of gym time is so peak. It's so peak. It's so good. Okay? Now, what do I mean by gym time? I don't just mean in the gym. I mean time focused on promoting your physical health. Okay? I'm going to explain to you all the benefits of going to the gym and why it's the best decision that you can make right now for your life. And then I'm going to tell you why this 2 hours is not hard. Okay? Gym plus health. Okay? Here's what we're going to do. So not the gym for 2 hours. Well, gym-oriented kind of things that you would do in the gym. Things that you could do in the gym. Okay? So what does the gym do? Okay? It makes you healthy. Okay? What does being healthy do? More attractive. Okay? What does being more attractive do? More romance. Romance, okay, and if you're a fuckboy, more sex. More sex. Okay? Some people don't care about this. Some people do. Okay? More romance, more sex, more bitches. Okay? What else does healthy do? Live longer. What does being more attractive do? Here's the thing that people aren't going to like. More opportunities.
I train for 3 hours every single day.
Hold up.
30 minutes stamina and cardio, 30 doing light weights, 1 hour main workout, 1 hour boxing, and I feel fucking fantastic. For chat, they may want to start 1.5 hour every other day with warm-ups before going.
Yeah, that's very hard to do with a full-time job. I understand this, okay? More opportunities for money. Okay, now this part you might be wondering, how does being more attractive give you more opportunities for money? Well, whether we want to admit this or not, pretty privilege is a very real thing. Guys, I'm sorry if you're fat and ugly, you are not going to get that raise in front of someone who's actually attractive. That is how the world works. People want to surround themselves with attractive people. People will treat you nicer. They do. It's a fucking real thing. Okay? It's 1,000,000%. You're not Andrew Tate, little pup. I don't really see how me talking about this is Andrew Tate like whatsoever, because if I was Andrew Tate, I would have already said the N-word about 8 fucking times. Okay, I think giving general advice to my community is a lot different than just saying random bullshit to get a reaction, because I do that on Twitter, not right now. Okay, Okay? What else does going to the gym do? Good work ethic. Good work ethic gives you more opportunities for money. Okay? Good. Good. What does living longer do? More opportunities for money. Very good. What does going to the gym do? Give you a hobby. Give you a hobby. A hobby that you can find more attractive people at, because if they're at the gym, they are more attractive. If someone is bigger in the hips, smaller in the waist, they're gonna look better. If you're a guy and you're bigger in the chest and shoulders and the triceps, you're gonna be more attractive. You get to hang out with attractive people for free. What else does going to the gym do? It gives you more opportunity to socialize and make friends that do the same things as you. Which means you will have more fucking friends, or it will at least put you in the opportunity where you could make friends. It's very easy to make friends in the gym. It is very fucking easy. Okay? What else does gym health do? It also helps you with your blood flow. Okay? Blood flow. Okay? Now, what does that do? Blood flow means you can think better. Okay? Think better, more clearly, which is great. You know what else lets you do?
Eggy donkey walk.
Going to the gym allows you to vent and process. Okay? What this means is if you're having a bad day, you have a healthy place to take out your negative emotions and also process your current negative emotions and not risk taking those out on the people you care about, which leads to other issues down the fucking line. Okay? Now, once again, these are just a couple of the benefits of going to the fucking gym. It's great. It's great. Isn't that what therapy's for? Therapy's very expensive. But I promise you, if you're upset and you get weights in your hand and you get angry, you can take out your anger on these weights, look better, and feel better. It's great. Okay, now, once again, 2 hours. It's not really 2 hours. I just wanted to see if you'd stick around after I said that, okay? Here's what I recommend everybody do. This is a part where I want to take my own advice. Okay? This is the part where I want myself to take my own advice, because I'm almost there. When you wake up, within the first 10 minutes, you can give yourself 15 if you like. Don't waste time in bed. And also, hypothecate, I'll leave it if I get the... Get out of bed and go for a 15-minute walk. Within 15 minutes of you getting up, a half hour before you, like a half hour in the morning, okay? Wake up, get out of bed, 15-minute walk, okay? Before you go to bed, about an hour, 2 hours before you go to bed, go for a 15-minute walk. That's half an hour cardio. That's all you need every day. Very simple. And when you go to the gym, what do I consider gym time? I even consider gym time showering, because you're going to need to take an extra shower, okay? Shower, lift weights for like 45 minutes, an hour. Simple. Do the reps right. It's more like an hour and a half every day. But if I exaggerated it, I just wanted to see if I could still get chat to listen. And you did, and I appreciate that, okay? It's very simple. Just spend 2 hours of your day focusing on your health. It's the food choices you eat, waking up, going for a walk, showering, cleaning yourself up. Another great recommendation for anybody who's attempting to get in shape, just have 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein.
Real talk, up in Woodlands TX. I meet so many wealthy people in the gym, especially early in the morning. The amount of McLarens and you'll see parked out front from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. is wild. There's real business opportunity getting in shape and dressing well.
Yep. Hey, I absolutely agree. If you want to get in shape, when you're eating food, just don't eat foods that have less than 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per 10 calories, and try to get 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight every day. Super easy, okay? It's super easy. If you can hit that, you will get in shape, you will feel better, you will do better, your life will be better, okay? It gives you every single opportunity to make your life better, more successful, more happy. Does it suck for like the first month? After the first month, it's a lot of fun. You have six-pack abs, right, Tectone? That's another great thing. If somebody says, oh yeah, you have six-pack abs. Six-pack abs aren't really made in the gym. They're made in the kitchen, okay? That's pretty much just how strict are you with your diet. And the other thing is, I think abs are a bit excessive. I think when you go that far down the rabbit hole where you're like cutting and get down to like 5% body weight, 5% fat, you're just miserable, right? So there's a fine line to draw. If you want abs, go for it. But having abs doesn't indicate that you're going necessarily harder than anybody else in the gym. It just means you're more strict with your diet. But yeah, 12% is abs, not 5%. Well, it was a fucking exaggerated statement. Okay, no, who fucking cares? Are those member berries on your shirt? Yeah, they're grapes. They're grapes. They say you're not invited to the party. They're kind of dicks, I'm not gonna lie. And also, when you get to the gym and you realize like genetics, oh God, it gets fucking depressing. But yeah, I highly recommend everybody go to the gym. And you really just like, just take a moment to think of your life, what you do that you enjoy, what you do that you don't enjoy, and just try to remove the things you don't enjoy and do more things that you do enjoy. People who make you sad, replace them with people who make you happy. Okay, but I 1,000,000% believe this. You are better alone than with someone who makes you miserable. Now, this is the great habit that I see a lot of men deal with and a lot of women deal with. Men and women deal with abusive partners because they're uncomfortable with being by themselves. And it's awful. And I know how scary the world is, or how scary you think the world is when you were to be by yourself. But I promise you, and this is how silly it seems. Okay? I want you to imagine yourself in a forest alone. That's scary, right? That's scary, okay? Well, now I want you to imagine yourself in a forest alone with a serial killer. Someone is trying to hurt you. Which is more scary? At least when you're alone, right? You're at least gonna have to find somebody to hurt you rather than already have that person hurting you, following your every step. So I know it's scary, but when you realize, yo, Dematic, yo, thank you for the raid, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I don't think we've actually met before. Dim Attic. Let me pull you up here real quick. Yeah, we never met, but yo, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the red. Another gotcha weeb, Pog, bro. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, you think you're a rapper with that eyebrow? All right, yo, type "Dimmy Red" one more time. I'm gonna break your fucking neck. All right, does everything that I just said, does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Does anybody have anything they think that I like overlooked? Or like, do y'all just think that I'm just retarded? I don't know, I just came in. Great. Yeah, I love you, Techie. You might need to repeat stuff for Raiders. I'm not saying all that shit again, bro. I guarantee you, the moment he pressed that raid button, within 5 seconds, they said, that's not my streamer, and left. That's how it goes, okay? And I know that's how that goes. In other news, why the fuck are you not playing this?
Rage, money, power.
I mean, that's a great question. That's a great question. Teggy, you should tell people to get a proper education as well. That is way better than working a minimum wage job. So here's the problem. I only like advocating for things that can guarantee you success. And unfortunately, I live in a reality where I don't believe getting a proper education guarantees you success. Now, I will say it will make it more likely, but I think the inverse is so true that a lot of times getting a proper education can completely fuck your life. Unfortunately. Because if you spend 4 years in college and you pay all of that money to get that education and then you don't get hired, you just lost $250,000. You just lost $100,000. And that's another unfair aspect of the world. Now, it really is a glass half full, glass half empty for whether you believe in an education always leading to success or not. But I think America has done a very poor job of ensuring that the right people get the right jobs. And I think it's getting worse every single day. I think diversity quotas are just about the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. And the fact that we're hiring people to appear more inclusive rather than just get the people who are best at the job is fucking ridiculous. I can't believe that's even being talked about. I can't believe that shit's being fucking talked about. So you have better PR. Here's my philosophy. I think whoever is the most qualified should get the fucking job. That's my opinion. Educating yourself is always good, but the traditional education is very flawed. Yeah, I agree. True. Why hire people based on race and sexuality? To avoid a PR nightmare. Yeah. Same goes in Balkans. If you know people in the domain, you get a better job, even if somebody else has better education. Exactly. And that's another thing, man. It's more about who you know rather than what you can do. Which is a shame. Now, I'll be real. Am I a horrible advocate of that? Or am I a horrible... Okay. I will admit, even for me, I will absolutely hire somebody if I like who they are as a person, even if they're worse than somebody else at their job. Because, guys, it's all good. Hey, man, it's all good. It's all good. We don't need to worry about the timer. It's all good, man. Everything's going to be fine.